What is up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of The Real and the Rare. I'm your host, as always, Steven Rychel. We got another member of Knucklemainia 6 joining us this evening as we are talking to the one, the only Mr. Travis, the Animal Thompson. Travis, it's been a long time coming. Appreciate you giving me the time this afternoon. I know life's crazy as we're getting down there. What was the last 2 weeks to go, brother?
Yes, last 3 weeks exactly. So I'm just training my butt off. So I'm glad that we got this podcast in. I'm excited to talk with you, brother.
It's always a pleasure catching up with any of the members of the combat sports realm, especially another Philly guy, man. I got to get
My
these Philly
man,
guys
yeah.
on here, brother.
I hear you. I hear you. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's definitely our pleasure. Like, listen, it's one of these things, man. Like where I literally leave the door open to anyone who wants to hop in. And it's funny. I had your opponent on like a week ago, and he was like, "Oh, we can't announce it, can't announce it." And before we were going on, I'm like, "Is it Travis?" He's like, "Travis who?" The way he responded, I'm like, sure.
Yeah, it's
As
Travis.
soon as we got
Yeah,
off the interview, I seen the flyer going around that
yeah, that's
you and
right.
Oxendine are going to be the one stepping in the ring. I'm like, I messaged him on his messenger. I'm like, I effing knew it.
That's awesome.
But I mean, good opportunity for you. You're obviously, you're on the last Knucklemania here in Philadelphia.
Yep. I
You
was
get
on the very first one, and I was on number 5, and this is number 6.
How special is it to do it in your backyard, brother? Like
Oh, I
being
love
in
it.
that arena, feeling the energy of that event in well, now it's the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
It's still the same arena. I know. They just changed name. It's amazing. I mean, you have tens of thousands of people there. I mean, it, it's ridiculous. And there'll be maybe 100 people there cheering for him. Everyone else will be cheering for me. So it's amazing. It's electrifying. The last one you guys saw it, Knucklemania 5. That's it's a huge atmosphere, and this one's only going to be bigger.
It was a special atmosphere. The main event was something else because the fans are sitting there, dropping f bombs on on Jeremy Stevens. And the
Yep,
last time
yep.
I heard that chant in that arena was during the Legion of Doom days when Scott Stevens and Eric Lindros and the guys were all
Yep.
rolling. So I mean, it brought back memories for me, man.
I bet. I bet. I love it, man. I love it.
It's
Welcome to Philly. Welcome to Philly. Josh has no clue what the hell to expect. Wait till he gets here.
I told him, man, like it's something different being in that arena, being in somebody's home backyard, especially when you have the Philadelphia fan base attached to it. It's a
Exactly.
different energy.
100%. 100%. Not only that, but you got to understand, he's probably only fought in arenas where he has like 3 or 4 thousand people in. You're gonna have 18,000 people plus.
Yeah, he says he's ready. I
Yeah,
don't think he's
we'll
ready
see.
for that energy. It's a different type of being a Philadelphia person. I did tell him to make sure he checks out some good cheesesteaks while he was here.
Yeah. Well, the one thing he's got to understand, it's not just the crowd that you're gonna be competing against. It's also me, and I'm bringing the same electricity because of the atmosphere that's going to be there, because of the audience. That same thing is going to be in the ring with him. It's going to be coming for him. 100%.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's definitely got to be fun. So
No doubt.
now you were also tailgating last weekend, right?
Yep.
they had
Yep.
the big event there. Now that's probably the second time you've done that as well. How awesome is it to get to enjoy the energy of the Eagles crowd of down there in the sports complex, but also get to promote the event and engage with people and try to get them more involved with bare knuckle.
Oh, I absolutely enjoy it. I love it. It's an immense, it's a great opportunity to be there. Like I said before, anytime you're ever at those stadiums, it's electric. The atmosphere is crazy. I know the Hungry Dogs, so I go over and see them. There are a lot of people over at those tailgates that I know. It's just great to be there, and then to get all the eyes on bare knuckle is just great. We had the Escalade there hooked up with the wrap on it, looked awesome. Pat Sullivan, Garbarino, myself, a couple others were walking around, going through the tailgate. It was a great time.
Now, you mentioned what was the $100? You guys
Yeah,
ever go to Fourth and John's tailgate? They're pretty cool over there because they're typically closer to the arena as it is, anyways.
gotcha. So when I was there, I had to go see Dolan. I had to go see PJ Dolan. He's over there at the Hungry Dogs.
Yeah.
So if you know where they're at, it's all the way across from from where we were. We were in what, like G lot. So I'd go all the way across to N8, which is the furthest point from where we were. So I had to walk through everybody to get there. It was definitely worth it. That was a great opportunity. Great experience. I love being
Yeah,
at tailgates.
PJ's awesome. People don't
Yeah.
give don't give him enough love. Like, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of the Eagles fans do, but
Oh, no doubt.
If you're not going to the actual Eagles game and you're not going to tailgate, you have to go to Dolan's Bar.
Oh, no doubt. You have to. You absolutely have to.
So definitely wanted to make sure we give PJ that
That's
love
right.
there. And
Dolan's up there. That's right.
give him the aforementioned shot because he's always doing stuff there. It doesn't matter if it's Eagle stuff.
He's always doing Eagles
I remember
stuff, no matter
this
what.
past season he did stuff with the Darren Dalton Foundation.
Yep,
I just had Tommy Green on the other day, and he was talking about like that's one of his big things because he wouldn't be with his wife if it wasn't for Darren. So
That's awesome.
he always
That's
wants
really
to.
cool.
Yeah, dude. Tommy's an awesome dude. We were able to kind of catch up. Big shout out to Justin Brown for hooking me up with that interview. It was the second one of the Philly vets that I had through Justin. We actually interviewed Ricky Waters back in November.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's great.
Ricky was pretty cool, man. He was pretty cool.
I bet, no
We
doubt.
were only supposed to add him on for like 20 minutes, and he stayed
And
on.
you tried to drag it out as long as you could, didn't you?
But it was the main reason that happened is because my co-host Ben Troop was late. He had something to do that day.
Sure,
he knew
blame
the time
him.
we were supposed to record. He's like, I should be all right, but he hit traffic. So I'm sitting there like for like 20 minutes. I'm like, there's about 5 minutes, man. You got to get this in. And next thing I know,
crazy.
like those two started chopping it up, and that was
kept going. That's awesome. That's
it
great.
was like 40 minutes by the time everything was said and done. So I mean, it was pretty fun. Like we talked some Eagles, we talked some college football rivalries and stuff like that. So I mean, it's definitely fun when you're able to kind of catch up with some of these veterans who,
no doubt,
always have something. Something to share, some unique story and stuff like that. Earlier in the year, I had Christy Jones on, and he was telling me when they were there, they stole Ray Rude's cars, went into the city, got drunk, or whatever, like that. And then Ray was like, y'all left them out that liquor in my car, man. So, I mean, I've come across some pretty fun stories talking to these guys. So, I mean, it's unique. It's one of the things I love doing this because we all have stories, man.
Oh, no doubt.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
It's really cool when you have some of the athletes involved with it.
Yeah, man. And someone had asked Tommy was like, how big were the how big of a dump was the vet? And so I said something on like the rats were big. He's like, I'm not even sure if that was a rat.
Yeah, I bet. That's crazy. That's
so
crazy.
I mean, like, I definitely we have some fun on here, and
I remember the vet, man. That was a great time, man. You'd always go there because you knew exactly where the opposing team was going to be walking out to go get their bus, so you could go hit them up. I remember seeing Ozzie Smith there. I got one of his autographs.
Yeah, there you go. Ozzie was the
old vet. Yeah, he was. He was the man.
He was definitely the man of that era.
Yep.
The one of the most athletic shortstops we'd ever seen play this.
Then we had enough. Then what we have? I saw Lenny Dykstra too. I actually just saw him not too long ago, maybe 2-3 months ago. Saw him too.
So it was before the new year, before he got in trouble again.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, poor guy. He's
got
no luck when it comes to that stuff. He really does. Love him, dude. I actually when I was on one of the other networks, I had a chance to interview him, and he just spent the whole time hitting on the girl that we had on.
That makes sense. Sounds about right.
I'm like, that's the typical Lenny night, so it's all right.
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Listen, he's full of stories. He's awesome, but
no doubt.
He's 100% honest. You're not going to get
no doubt about it. He will not lie about anything. He'll tell you exactly what it is. What it is.
He made a mistake, did something wrong. He'll own it. He'll own
Yep,
it.
exactly. Oh, he could care less.
So, one thing I wanted to ask you, right? So, we've seen so much stuff change in the combat sports realm over the past 5 to 10 years, right?
Yep, yep.
So, I've been sitting there and I've been talking. Obviously, I've been talking to a lot of the BKFC guys, right? And obviously, I think we have a shift change in. Our boy Andrew Nolan came up with this one. It's a fantasy fight thing. So I want to ask your question. I'm not fighting. Let's take fighting out of it. When we're talking about promoting big fights right now, in this day, in this week, not what they've done in the past. Do you think
Right.
Feldman is out promoting Dana White hand
No
over?
doubt about it. No doubt about it. And the reason why is because I don't see Dana White really promoting anything. He's just the face of the company,
Mhm.
whereas Dave's still doing the work. There
Yeah,
was a time, there was a time, like you said, we're not bringing up the past, but there was a time when Dana White, that's what he did. Well, that's Dave now. That's what he's doing. He's grinding. He's doing all the work. And he's not taking his foot off the gas. He's not taking his foot off that gas pedal. He's doing great.
yeah. I think I've been saying it just over the last 5 years. You know what I mean? That
Yep.
what BKFC has done, popularity wise, growth wise, it rivals what the UFC was doing during the early 2000s. It does.
Yeah.
You can talk it down. You can sit there and say whatever you want to, but you can't talk about the results. You can't talk about the fights that they put on, and the growth they've done.
Yeah. Our results are surpassing theirs. Obviously, I mean, I'm not going to give us all the credit because you got to also realize that without the MMA being there, without the UFC opening up the gates back in the early 2000s or actually late 90s, I mean, that we wouldn't be allowed. But since the UFC has taken over, now it's our turn.
I agree. Listen, it's the UFC is always going to be the pinnacle.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will take them off as far as mixed martial arts promotion comes down. But you're right. They did open the doors. Like there's always a saying that so and so crawled so and so could run. Well, the
Right.
UFC crawled, struggled, got to the top of the mountain, so you guys could sprint now.
But that's exactly what it is because see, the UFC opened, they struggled. They struggled hard. But because they made it through, all these other organizations have opened up. I mean, Art of Wars opened up, CFFC, those companies opened up, just like Bare Knuckle opened up. So now Bare Knuckle opened up, they have BYB going. You have all these other companies. They get a
And
flourish
Shamrock has
because
a bare
we
knuckle
struggle.
company
Yes,
now too.
yeah, that's another one. But see, that's why you guys get to flourish because we had to struggle. And I think Dave said the other day that now they're, in the green now. They're doing good. This is the first year to actually have money to invest into their shows. That's what he said in one of the last podcasts. That they're going strong. This is going to be the year that they're going to knock it out of the park.
I love to hear it. I remember covering Dave's XFE shows here in
Yep,
Philadelphia.
I've done some of it. I, I've been with the Feldmans for 20 years. Dave was a part of my very first boxing match. Whether he was working my corner or I was fighting on his card. Part of wow, I had like 30 boxing matches and all of my bare knuckle fights. This is number 14 for BKFC. I think I think I'm tied with the most in BKFC right now.
His mic just went out.
Back.
There you go. There you go.
I think with this one, this will be like my 14th. This will be my 14th fight for BKFC, and I think this one ties me with the most.
There you go, brother. That's you're the true veteran now, my man.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and Dave knows. Dave knows I'm always in 100%. I'm always gonna put on a show. There's always gonna be a fight when I'm on the card. I don't listen. One thing I don't do. I don't want to go in there and knock someone out right. I want to put on a show because you got to also realize I'm representing my team, my family, my sponsors. All these people, they're a part of my team. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am. So what I want to do is represent them as well, and I want to do the best of my ability. So I always try to get either knockout of the night or fight of the night. That's my goal always.
Knockout of the night, fight of the night. Hell, you even got some awards that you were fight of the year.
Oh yeah, I did get that one. I forgot about that one. David Diaz, right? Yeah, we were in
Yeah, what was
Orlando.
the Mike and Min show?
Yeah,
Good
Mike
God.
and Mitch. Yeah, oh, great guys. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I've got a couple awards here and there, which is pretty cool. Dave gave me an award for something, probably being the biggest pain in the ass or something. Like I know they talked about something like that on the podcast. What was it, 2 weeks ago? And I won an award. I was like, "What the hell is this award?" And I think it was for me being a pain in the ass or something. We do it every year. I think, great. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Like he gets done talking about all these great fights and fight of the year, fight of the night, this, that, and the other, and then oh yeah, let's give an award to Travis for being a pain in the ass. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate the love. I know, I know that's
Because
not
you're really
exactly what it
annoying
was.
him to
That's
keep yourself active, and sometimes that's
nah,
what you gotta do.
that's I do call him. I call him quite a bit, so I do understand. I know he's got a lot going on. He's like my older brother, so when he does say things, I do appreciate it, even though sometimes people think like it's BS. It's not. He's just an older brother, and he likes to keep me in my
You're like the adopted brother of the
yeah,
family.
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
speaking
Because
of talking
Damon's the same
brothers and
way.
family, have you seen what Damon's been doing? The he's moving
He's
away
done it,
from
yeah.
celebrity boxing, is doing that
Yep,
Rumble X fight
yep.
where
X
he's gonna be
Rumble,
doing.
X Rumble. Yep.
Yeah,
In March, they're doing that one.
I
Yep,
think it's
I've
March
seen that.
14th. Yeah, March
Yep,
14th.
March 14th. Yep, correct.
He just
Yeah,
did like
he's
an
talked
open.
to me about that one too. They're all trying to get me to do stuff. I'm like, dude, just stop. I'm still doing BKFC.
Like I'm
It's
not
off when
going
I'm done.
backwards. Like I love you,
Yeah,
Damon. I love you, Damon, but I'm not going backwards now.
exactly.
It's a fun time in the combat sports world, man.
Absolutely. Everything's opening up. I mean, dude, we got slap fighting. Come on, you got everything.
I can't get into that. I
I
can't.
can't either because here's the one thing. Like, first of all,
Like that's what we used to do
it,
this stuff in high school, brother. Like
yeah, but
seriously.
but even in high school, if you slap me, I'm punching you in the face. Like, you're allowed to block it. Like, this shit, you're supposed to stand there and just let someone slap you in the face. I tell you what, I would do the power slap. I would absolutely do it. But if that person doesn't get knocked out the first slap when I slap them and they slap me, I'm just going to tell them, you slap me, I'm going to break your fucking jaw. Because that will happen. That's the most disrespectful thing to do is to slap someone in the face. That would
The
you
second most spit, man. You can't spit.
Yes, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. 100%. But you slap me in the face and I'll beat the shit out of you. Like, cool. I know I slapped you first as power slap. You shouldn't have gotten up. Because when you get up and you slap me, I'm not slapping you back. I'm punching you.
I can't disagree with you, man. Like it does. Like I mean, I know I'm 45 now, but I'd be the same way. Like I wouldn't be able to just eat that
Against it. Yeah,
after. Like yeah, I'm coming
no
back.
doubt. Yep, absolutely.
I'm coming back, and I can't guarantee it's going to be a slap either.
Exactly. Oh, I guarantee you it won't be a slap. I can absolutely guarantee you I will not slap you back. I'll probably pick you up, slam you, and then beat the shit out of you.
Oh man.
Yep.
I want to talk about a few just general combat sports topics real fast.
Go for it.
I came across this graphic, and I thought of who is the greatest MMA fighter to never hold a title belt? Obviously, they have their picks there. There's Uriah. There's Yoel.
Well, that's who I would go with. I would have to go with Uriah. But you got to also realize you're asking a lightweight dude and that's who I would pick. I would pick Uriah Faber. Not only that, he's a California kid. I was actually born in California. I don't remember any of it. I think I was 4 years old when we moved to like Langhorne. So I've been a Bucks County boy, wow, from 4 or 5 until I was like 25. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to say Uriah.
They also had Dustin Poirier on there for some reason. Josh Koscheck actually made the list. There's a PA wrestling guy.
Yeah, I get it, but he's good. Don't get me wrong, but
he is. He's too busy flying his planes now. He doesn't care about that.
but honestly, look at his career. Look at Uriah Faber's career. I know Uriah did a lot.
Uriah was a much better striker, though.
I thought so. And none of that, Uriah did a lot of the WEC. I don't know how much of UFC he did, but he did a whole lot of
That's where
WEC.
he made his name, and before the
Oh, no
UFC,
doubt.
the
Yeah, it was the
WEC. Yeah.
WEC. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. And he was great in the WEC.
Hmm.
Yep.
It's a shame, he's got all that notoriety, just doesn't got the belt, man.
Do you think he gives a shit?
No, no,
He's
I
got
don't,
all the
because
money now, though.
I think everything he did, the Ultimate Fighter,
Exactly,
the title
exactly.
fights, all the sponsorships that he was able to accrue before they had the USC fight kits and all that other stuff.
Yep,
That I think he put himself in a great position. His gym, all
exactly.
that.
Yep.
I think at the end of the day, I don't think there's another fighter he would trade the accolades for.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, at least in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'll be lucky enough one of these days get to sit down there and talk to Uriah about that. But
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
I don't think that he would trade with anybody, because it got him the gym, it got him all those. When they had their whole little crew there before Dillashaw went and linked up with Dwayne Ludwig. I mean, it was they had a big crew out there. And
Awesome.
yeah, so I don't think he would trade it with anyone, but I mean, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that I wouldn't put on that list that I would put on that list that didn't win
Right.
a title. But man, it's just there's so many different variables to it. I mean, you want to put Nate Diaz on it? Not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Nate was fun to watch. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like same
But
thing with him and Nick. They were great to watch, but
he's just tough. And that's like the skill set isn't the same. Like the skill set Uriah had, he was a very skilled fighter.
yeah.
And I'm not saying anything bad about you. There's my son in the background. We can see it, buddy. Yeah. But no, but yeah, Uriah just had a huge skill set. I mean, he was awesome. He was great. Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz, both of them are phenomenal fighters. They were tough guys, nothing but grit. They were great fighters, but the skill set I'd have to go with Uriah on.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So another one that I came across is hardest punchers in mixed martial arts history. I think there's one name missing from this list, and I
Ooh,
don't.
I like Anthony Johnson.
Anthony Johnson is number two.
We got Rumble. That's number one. That's gonna be my number one.
I agree. The one
Bo
that I
Nickal
think is
doesn't
missing
hit.
from this list.
Why is Bo Nickal on there?
I know. This is why I
He's a
say the
great
one person
wrestler. That's all he does.
I would put the co-main event on here. Mr. Andre Arlovsky should be on this list.
Okay. I'm pulling Rumble for number one. I miss that guy, dude. I loved Rumble. Rumble's awesome. Great man. Great man.
I was able to see him at UFC 133. He was doing stuff with the Tap Out crew. I covered World Series of Fighting 2 when he fought the aforementioned Andre Arlovsky. And the fact that Andre survived that fight with a jaw and there was no doctor stoppage was beyond my comprehension at the time.
But see, that's the thing. For someone to do that to Arlovsky, that just goes to show you how hard Rumble could hit. Imagine Rumble if he was in the BKFC. He was a part of our crew, but imagine if he was one of the fighters.
Yeah, he was.
That would be crazy.
It's still beyond me how that man ever made 170 pounds. I don't know how he did it.
It doesn't make any sense. But see, I love Rumble. Rumble was the man. He was just like Chris Lytle. I'm sure you know Antonio Tarver also. These guys are very elite level people. They've done everything. All three of them have. I could call them any day and they would all answer the phone. Rumble always answered. I'd always talk to him. I still talk to Chris. I talked to Chris Lytle just a couple, 2 or 3 days ago. Same thing with Tarver. Like those guys answer the phone, they pick up and talk because they also know when I call, I'm not calling the bullshit. There's a reason for my call. And also I do like to just keep in touch with them. They're great people. And man, I miss Rumble, man. There were days I'm just, I got this fight coming up. What do you think about it? Oh, Trav, it's a great fight for you. I'm excited to see you. And then when we get there, you'd be like, yeah, what are you doing afterwards? There were a couple times we went out afterwards. I mean, Rumble's just a great man, very, very humble man. And like I said, he was at that level. He was at an elite level fighter. He didn't have to have any time. He didn't have to give me any of his time. He always did. Great man.
Yeah, he was definitely the humble giant
Oh, absolutely.
outside of the ring. I
Absolutely.
mean, obviously inside of it, ring cage, whatever, he was a problem, but he was a genuine dude. That's what way I've always seen him
Yep.
through fan interaction, through media interaction. He was always very welcoming.
Absolutely. And that's the type of person that you want to inspire your children. You know, that's the type of role model you want to be, and that's the type of role model you want to have. And I always had nothing but the utmost respect for him. I try to conduct myself in the same way. I mean, my mouth might get me in trouble a couple times here and there, but that's just because I'm very old school. So when someone says something I don't, you know, agree with, okay, you can disagree on something, that doesn't bother me. But when you try to attack me verbally with some things, I will come back at you. I've done that plenty of times. Not physically, but I will. I have a mouth on me.
I can't. It's that Philly thing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
We're taught to speak our mind in
And
tri-state area.
sometimes gets you in trouble.
It does. It does.
Yeah, more
Um,
often than not.
Now, one thing I like to ask all the fighters, right? Because we always hear this thing when we're talking about other sports, and this person's the goat and that person's the goat. You can't do that with combat sports. It's just not fair. There's different eras, there's different weight classes, there's men, there's women. So,
There's absolutely so
so the
much
one thing I
disparity.
like
Yeah,
to ask you guys, I think the only fair way to go about trying to break that thing down when we're talking about combat sports is Mount Rushmore. Is
right.
basically who is your combat sports Mount Rushmore, regardless if we're talking bare knuckle, whether we're talking boxing, whether we're talking MMA. You have four people that you feel that if they ever made a monument to combat
Yeah,
sport, who would
I
be
got you.
who would be yours?
So and this will be mine, and I'm gonna pick from different genres, like you said. So we'll take one from the UFC. Let's start there. And for me, again, I'm a smaller guy, so I'm gonna pick smaller people because they're someone that I also idolize and I wanted to try to be like. So I mean, I would have to pick GSP from MMA from the UFC, George St. Pierre. He was always great, phenomenal, but so much so that he fought Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes was the All-American, multiple times, and he trained strictly on wrestling against a wrestler, and he did awesome. Um, I love GSP. Boxing, wow, that's tough because I really want to say Mike Tyson, but again, I gotta go with the small guy. I'm going with Manny Pacquiao. Gotta go with Manny. And I hate southpaws, but I'm gonna go with Manny. Uh, let's see. Let's see what else we got to go with. We got boxing, we got MMA. Let's take a bare knuckle fighter, and I won't pick a small guy on this one because for me to pick a small guy, that would be me. I'd pick myself, um, because the amount of fights that he has had, and we came up at the same time. I would go with Lorenzo. I love Lorenzo. He's a great man. I love the way he carries himself. He's kind of supposed to be the bad guy that everyone hates, but you still love him because you have to watch, you have to tune in. I admire Lorenzo greatly. He's a great man, great, great guy. I enjoy hanging out with him. Whenever I'm in Florida, I'm down there hanging out with him. But dude, I can go through bare knuckle and just tell you so many of them. David Dell's the same guy. I love that guy. Then we got lightweights there. Like I stay with Ryan Reber. I've stayed at his house with him and his family. You know, uh, I have so many friends in BKFC. It's crazy. I don't. It's hard for me to pick him Mount Rushmore. I mean, I gave you three names right there. I guess.
You got one more to go. Yeah, that's right.
Uh, we'll do the fourth one is Tyson. Mike Tyson.
He was a game changer, man.
And that's the reason why I picked Tyson is because his aggression, the way he was in that ring, he was so aggressive, his aggression, his temperament. He was just he was the animal before I was the animal. He was someone you didn't want to mess with, ever, whether that was on the street or in the ring. 'Cause if you were in the ring, you weren't getting out of the ring. Not on your 2 feet. He would put you out.
Yeah, I got no arguments with that. I almost thought when you were saying you were going to go little, you were going to say Demetrius Mighty Mouth Johnson, because I feel like he, out of all of them, he's always the one that just never gets the credit, and I don't get it.
No, and I get that. See, I also wanted to put up Uriah Faber too, because we just talked about him. But I mean, I just the way GSP could take he didn't have any weaknesses, but he would look at someone else's strength. He took Matt Hughes' strength. His strength was his wrestling. So what did he do? He totally negated any and all of his wrestling. That's just to say the type of. And there goes Allie. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Just wave. Say hi. Come right here on the camera. Look down. Squat down so they can see your face. She's got her headphones on. That's my daughter Allie.
There you go.
Yep.
Is that kind of like the other important thing in your life? Like
absolutely,
your
absolutely,
family?
my family. Yep, my kids, both my kids. My son TJ, he's 16. He got me by like 3 or 4 inches. He's tall as can be. My daughter Allie, who just walked out, my height.
I'm the same way. I got my daughter just turned 18, so she's having to let the leash off a little bit, so
yep.
she doesn't hate me. And
yeah, I hear
my son just turned 14 back in October, so he's getting ready to go from middle school to high school, and he's all about football. He's like, he's like, I'm going to Temple. He's telling me like I'm going to go play football at Temple. I'm like, listen, if that's the plan, then you got to do it, but you got to put the work in.
But you got to put in all that work in.
I already told him, like, I'm not going to be I'm not that. I'm not going to be overbearing on you, on top of you. I'm like, I'm going to tell you you're not putting the work in, but I'm not going to be sitting there cracking the whip on you. You want it. You have to want it. You have to put the work in.
I'm not gonna make you do something.
Yeah.
That's how I've always been. So, growing up, I was a wrestler. And I saw so many kids, like, they would start 5, 6 years old, and their parents made them do it. I didn't start wrestling until I was allowed to. So in like 6th grade, you have to have a parent's permission slip. I went out and tried out for one of the practices. I did really good. My younger brother came with me too. My dad didn't really like wrestling so much because he's like, way old. What are you, faggot? Stuff like that. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I want to wrestle. I'm like, I was a tough kid. So since my younger brother wasn't really good, he didn't let me. I got into high school. Again, they did a parent permission slip. I was pretty good at forging my parents' signature by that time. So I signed up, and that was it. So I didn't start wrestling until I was in 9th grade, and I'm wrestling with kids that have been doing it since they're 5 years old. And I see their parents just yelling at them, this, that, and the other. I was like, how can you do that? Like, it makes no sense. Then I became a wrestling coach, and I made sure that the parents were never involved in wrestle-offs or anything. So I didn't want that to happen with my kids. And same thing with my kids, my daughter and my son. I never wanted to be that parent that pushed them to do anything. If you want to play a sport, I'll be there 100%. But it's up to you if you want to do it. I'm not going to force anything on you. I asked my son if he wanted to wrestle. He thought about it. He didn't do it. That's fine. I'm not going to make you do it. If you want to, you'll do it. I've asked him to box. He doesn't want to. That's fine. That's it.
It's funny because, like, when they had when they opened Eddie's gym, we brought my kids up. My son was there. Like, we were like a part of that NPR crew for a period of time. It's just
that's awesome.
Just the way the money worked out, I just haven't been able to kind of get them back going there consistently again. But I think at some point in time in the next few years, hopefully get them back going, do it again, because the way everything's working out, right? Like, he's with me 90% of the time, so it's like he does football, then he does the drama club, and then right around the time the drama ends, it's basically we're getting towards summer break, and when he's on summer
Yep.
break, he goes with his mom because he's with me 90% of the time.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to find the happy medium to be able to
Yep.
get him into it to make it make
Well, it
sense.
keeps him not only that, but it also keeps him in shape for football.
That's what
That's
I've been trying to explain to him. Like, listen, I
Yep.
don't need you to do, 3 classes a day. I don't need
Yeah,
you to
just
do
do
that.
something to keep yourself busy. It's just
Yeah.
have a practice a day.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Like, so I wrestled in high school. I played football in middle school and high school, and I was a really good tackler. I was a defensive end. I was a cornerback. I was actually really good because they would. I mean, I'm like 4 foot tall. I'm like nothing, 100 pounds, 4 foot tall. I'm the smallest guy on the field. So they would always run a sweep to my side. I'd take everybody out because I knew how to use my body as a weapon. But that just goes to show you, it's like they want you to play one sport year round. And guess what? I was a very good wrestler, and that's why I was good at football. I was good at tackling, just for that. So even if he wants to play football and that's what he wants to do at Temple, he's got to have something in the off season
Yeah,
so
that's what I
he
keep
can
trying to.
keep him active.
I'm like, you're gonna have to find something when you go to your mom's to kind of
Yeah,
do something to kind of because
to keep you in
I'm
shape.
not there, so I'm not gonna tell you have to do this or you have to do
Yeah,
that,
right,
but you have to
right.
find something to occupy yourself where you're not just
Otherwise,
vegetating.
you be sitting at home doing nothing. Yep, and you can't do that. You can't do that because then you know what? All those other kids are out practicing, doing this, that, the
But like
other. Their
the
days ain't
last
be
3
nice.
years where he was doing football for his middle school, he was playing both ways.
That's good.
He was playing defensive tackle and he's also offensive tackle.
Yep, yep.
So I'm like I can't really argue with that if you're playing both ways when you're
Yeah,
actually playing. So
yep. That's awesome.
he
That's
was
great.
basically the captain the last 2
That's
years.
awesome. That's
So
very cool.
he's
Very cool.
always like if he's out, he's the one screaming, hollering, pumping his teammates up. Or
That's good. That's what you got to do. That's awesome. That's great.
so like I think he'll be fine when it comes down to it. He's already like I said, he's almost as tall as me now. I'm the
That's
run of the
crazy.
family.
That's
I'm the run of
crazy.
the family. Like, we got on my dad's side, we got guys that are 6'6", 6'8", 6'11".
Jeez. Wow.
I'm like, if you're on that end, dude, he's like, I'm like, don't even say basketball. You ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you might as well, be an offensive tackle, be a tight end or something like
Yep.
that because it's, there's options for you when you're that tall. I'll just say
Yep.
like that for you, kid. But he's
Great.
always the protector as it is anyways. Like,
That's awesome.
that's the way he always been. So maybe he will be offensive lineman. You never know. So
That's awesome.
it's up to him at this point in time.
Yep, I hear you.
So
You're saying Eddie Alvarez. That's where I go there on the weekends. I go there usually Saturdays or Sundays. Just
yeah, there's
train
actually I gotta ask you, are you gonna be at the open workout next week?
When's that?
I think it's the 21st at 11.
Maybe. Oh yeah, it's Saturday, right?
No, it's Wednesday.
I don't know. I get frustrated. Yeah.
Well, no, like I said,
today, like I'm like thinking in my head, I was like, let's say like the 15th. No, it's not.
No, because I got Susan sent me the media stuff, so it was like it said that there's gonna be an open workout on the.
It's an hour. It's an hour drive for me, but I mean I could make it happen. We'll see. Because maybe I'll set something up with some guys up there and spar while I'm there. I like going there because he's got the cold plunge. He's got everything there. They actually have a BKFC ring there.
Yeah,
also,
that was one of the
very
first
cool.
things that Eddie did is when
Yep.
he did that is brought the BKFC ring there.
Yep, that's another one. I mean that's one that you have to think about putting on the Mount Rushmore as well. Eddie Alvarez.
Just for what
he's always showed up for everything.
I mean, he UFC champion, Bellator champion.
Yep.
Some of the fights that he has were just so huge.
The horse, absolutely. I love that.
And then now what he's doing over the last like year and a half of what he's done with the gym, he's already had some big seminars. He's had Danny Cormier there.
Yep.
I mean, he's doing a lot to give back to the game and
big time.
And
back to his kids. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm at his gym. I go to his gym a lot, and just seeing the way he interacts with all the members there, all the kids, everything. It's amazing. I love the guy. He's great. Eddie's a great dude. Again, he's the same guy. Doesn't need to answer my phone calls. Doesn't need to answer my text messages. Dude, whenever I call him, I saw him at Newark for the BKFC fights in Newark. He's like, "Yo, Trav, what's going on? How you doing, yo?" That's just the way he is. He's a great dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Absolutely.
He's one of the another ones that just doesn't get the love that he deserves. I mean, obviously doesn't have these super long title runs, but like he's a champion, point blank and period. You can't
The fact of the matter, being a champion right then and there, just shut up. If you want to talk your crap, that's like I hate all these keyboard warriors that talk all this crap about, oh well, he's not great. Oh, he held the belt for this, that long, that long. It's like, oh wait, he had a belt, but he wasn't great. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
and that's the same people that it's the reason why Ronda Rousey doesn't go to the UFC. Like she talked about it, and I think she talks herself out of these situations. Just thinks everyone hates her. Don't think about the handful of freaking idiots that don't have a clue what's going on, thinking that everyone feels this way.
I could care less, to be honest with you. Because the way I look at it, this is the way I look at everything. If everyone hates me, I don't care. It's my job to prove you wrong then.
Mm-hmm.
If you love me, thank you. Because you're my support. You're behind me. I appreciate that. For every one person that hates you, you probably got three or four, or for every one person that loves you and supports you, you probably have three or four that hate you. I could care less. It doesn't bother me. The one or two people that do support me are the ones that I'm doing it for. And the other guys, I'm going to make them eat their words.
That's pretty much how I go.
Look.
That's kind of like what we were talking about beforehand. I
Yeah.
don't care what anyone thinks. I don't. I do this to whoever I connect when I do these interviews. If I connect you to a sponsor, to a fan that winds up buying tickets off you
Yeah.
guys, I've done my job. Like that's the way
So
I feel.
yeah, do your job. Give me a sponsor.
Listen, hit up Fight Wax, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Hit up Fight Wax.
So,
They're looking for ambassadors. I'm trying to work out a sponsorship deal with them to have them partner with us. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
awesome. That's cool.
and obviously, for fighters, care is another thing. So reach out if you need the contact information when we get off here. I'll shoot it over to you. See if something we can work out, man.
That's perfect. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Listen, that's why a lot of times I it's about connecting people. That's what
no doubt
whole media thing's about.
Exactly, and that's what people don't understand. Like, why do you think I love it when I get a text message like you sent me a message? I was like, yeah, Steve, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. Dude, we talk to each other all the time. I was like, yeah, I got you, no doubt. Like, that's
man.
just the way it is. They go hand in hand.
And speaking of sponsors, HKA hooked you up, brother.
Hey, good. Yes.
Nick, I seen that. I was like, oh wait, I gotta ask him about this. So when did you hook up with Nick Sampson and HKA? How did that happen?
I've known of them for a long time. DJ Tony's always trying to hook you up with them. I love Tony. Tony's my boy. I see him in Florida all the time when I'm down there. But Nick, I saw him at the Newark at the New Jersey card, and we were talking. He's like, "Oh my God, you need stuff. I got you. Don't worry about it." I was like, "Dude, I appreciate it. Thank you." So I text him. I gotta answer her question real quick. What do you want? I don't know where your Roblox charger is. I know it. I don't know where it is. When I'm done, I'll find it. Okay. Yeah. Just so you know, at this house,
we're almost done. You'll be able to help her in a few minutes.
I'm the little guy. I'm the little guy in this household. So when they need something tough crap, I got to do it. Oh, you got it. Good. I'm glad you found it. Good job, Allie. Oh man. Yep.
So Nick
I totally forget. Yeah. So Nick hooked me up at Newark. He told me definitely say something to him. So he gave me his own personal number, which is awesome. And that's, I mean, if you know me, I'm not the type of guy, I don't call people just to call people and just like, oh, yo, talk to this guy. This guy said, hey, what's up? Like, I don't do that. I call you for a reason. I talk to you for a reason. It's your birthday. It's a holiday. I'll send you a text. I don't want to call you because I don't want to take up your time. That's just the way I am. But at the same time, if you ever call me, I'm answering because I want to see what's up. Maybe you have an issue. Maybe you need something. That's just the way I am.
Oh, we need more people like that because you know how it is, brother. Like,
Oh, I know how it is, but that's why I tell everybody, I'm like, I'm probably one of the most old school people that you know, and it's funny because like I like to think of myself as like a younger person, but then you're like, holy shit, I've been a professional fighter for over 20 years. I guess I'm not so young anymore. Crazy.
not the young buck anymore. We like to think we
I'm
are.
still, I still feel that way though. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, man. That's all that
That's it.
matters.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
a few more for you before we get ready to wrap
No
this one up.
problem, dude. You can have me all night. I could care less.
There you go. So, one of the things I came across, we were already talking about the Eagles event, but
Yep.
seeing you at the
Oh,
Flyers, yeah, you
yeah.
had the Flyers. So I got to
All
ask
the
you,
way to the
which
left.
one is more special, going to an Eagles game, or being at the Xfinity Mobile Arena for a Flyers or Sixers game?
So I mean, the guy all the way to the left, that's my boy Frankie. He's the guy holding the puck. That's my boy Frankie. Antonio's sitting between us, and Frankie's my man. He always hooks us up with tickets to go there. He's like my brother. And just to be there with him, that's a huge. I mean, that's a huge ordeal. But I love going to the Eagles stuff. I love go. Don't get me wrong. I love going to Flyer stuff also, and to be at the Wells Fargo or Xfinity, whatever they call it now, whatever they call it tomorrow, I don't know.
I
But
remember it was the first Union Center.
yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
miss the great calling it the FU Center, man. I hate it they changed it.
Yep, I know. That's probably why they changed it because too many people were calling it that. Yeah. No, but I love going to Eagles games just because the atmosphere. Being at the Wells Fargo is also cool because like it makes me like, dude, I fought here. I'm gonna fight here again. Like that's really cool to me. Like I was there with my son there. We watched one of the games and I was like, it's cool. He's like, what? I was like, I fought here. He's like, yeah, okay. I was like, you were there. Yeah, it's like you were there.
Forgets it like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. That's the way it is.
Yeah, but like 10 years from now, like when he's sitting there having drinks with his buddy, he talks about like going to his dad's fights and stuff like that. So it may seem so nonchalant now, but in years from now, it's going to be like that's going to be his memories.
The one thing that really kills me is that both my kids are homeschooled. I always wanted my kids to be able to go to school. I always wanted, this was like the one thing I wanted was for my kids to go to school, get in an argument with a kid and just be like, I bet you my dad's your dad that. That was the one thing I always wanted. But it's kind of weird because they're both, homeschool. They do the cyber school. It's like, what are they gonna get in a fight with each other and be like, yeah, my dad can kick your dad's ass. Wait, we both have the same dad. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, well, that's probably because the school system's a joke anymore, and
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it,
I do like it is nice to have them do the cyber school at the house. It is great. They're here all the time. But a part of me wanted them to go to regular school.
you just want to get that one dad who
Yeah,
thinks he's
that's
froggy.
all. Yeah, it's like, dude, you know what I do? Like, here, watch a couple of my fights on tape. That's what I do. You want to toe the line?
Oh man. So your fight, man, it's coming
Yep,
up the 7th at the aforementioned Xfinity Mobile Arena.
yep.
Now he's a man of God. Or are you intending on laying your own personal baptism down on Josh?
I'll do whatever I have to do. I don't care less. I don't care what he believes in. Who believes in that doesn't. I don't care anything about any of that stuff. I'm going there to beat the shit out of you. That's what I'm there to do. That's what I plan on doing. Um, the way I look at it, it's BYB versus BKFC. You're coming from BYB to BKFC, so it's my job to put you in your place. It's my job to show you don't belong, and it's his job to show that he does belong. So we're gonna see which one happens.
It's an interesting way to think. I
That's the
didn't
way
think
I
about
look
that
at
at first. I just thought that
it.
it's very rare that we actually have those things where where some of the guys or girls from BKFC go to BYB. It's even more rare having the fighters from BKB come back to BKFC. So it's interesting. I hope he does well outside of your guys' fight, just for obvious reasons, because I'm the Philly homer. I'm not going to act like I'm not.
Mhm.
But Josh is a cool kid. I hope he has a good career, but just I hope it doesn't
And
start.
listen, I don't give a shit about his career, to be honest. Yeah, again, it's me.
You
It's
got to
me
remember,
versus
I
him.
have to try to
That's
remain
oh,
neutral.
I know that, I know that. But it's just like if you ask me who's next for me, I don't give a shit who's next for me. I'm worried about who's
Next
in
is the
front of me.
name on the contract. That's who's next.
That doesn't matter. That means nothing to me. What matters to me is Jousha Oxendine. That's who I'm gonna beat the shit out of. That's what my mind is set on, Jousha Oxendine. So that's all I'm thinking about. That's all I'm training for. That's all I'm working towards, is getting that hand raised at the Xfinity Mobile, getting another knockout for the third Knucklemainia.
So we were talking about how long you've been doing this, how long you've been in the game, and stuff like
Since the
that.
very first one. I've done the very first bare knuckle. Very first bare knuckle, very first international one, very first Knucklemainia. I've done a lot of firsts. First New York, first Florida. I've done a lot of firsts. First Pennsylvania.
Now you just got done saying nothing else matters but the seventh. But
Yes.
but are we going to try to get a title run in?
I'm not concerned about that. I'm not concerned about any of that shit. I'm concerned about Joshua Oxendine. That's all I'm concerned about.
Fair enough.
I don't I you don't look forward. If you look forward, you're looking past what's in front of you. You don't want to do that. I won't do that. I'm only looking at my opponent. That's all that matters to me right now.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, after a fight, you can talk to me about that all you want. I could care
Well,
less.
you
But
already know.
right
You already
now,
know I'm covering it, so
oh,
you know
no
I'm going
doubt
to ask
about it.
you.
So right now, the only thing on my mind is beating the shit out of Josh Oxendine.
No, nothing wrong with that, my friend. But
And since he's the preacher man, he knows who to talk to. He can go talk to him, and hopefully he'll save him. Because
I just
I'm
hope
here
it's a good fight, man. I
to
just
do
hope it's a
bad
good fight.
intentions.
I just hope it's a
I'm
good
here,
fight. That's it.
I'm here to get knocked out of the night.
There you go, brother. So one more thing before we put a bow on this one. Came across this graphic, cracks me up, right? Who is this fighter that is all hype, very little skill? If you had it, doesn't have to even be in bare knuckle or anything like that. Just in combat sports in general. I think it's real easy when I think about it. Who I think that fighter is, for me,
Who's that?
it's Jake Paul.
I 100% agree with that. I like what he is doing. Don't get
Mm-hmm.
me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but that's all it is hype. You're trying to take. Listen to me. He's doing a great job. He is a professional fighter. I'm not holding that against him whatsoever. But don't think that you can just walk into a sport, be a professional, and think you're going to fight a championship caliber fighter after doing it for what, 2, 3 years? Get out of here. This guy's been doing it for 20 years, and you're coming 2, 3 years. Think that you're going to beat him. Not just beat him, but you think you can even stay in the ring with him. Like he played with you, and that's listen. I know he has to sell the fights. He has to do what he has to do. He has to say what he has to say. Absolutely get that. I respect that. But that's you're dead on with that one. That's
And it's
exactly
not
what
me
it is.
disrespecting Jake. It
No, it's
really
not.
isn't. Like
I mean,
I
good for
where
him.
I
He
give
has
go ahead, Jack.
he has that level of, I mean, eyes on him where he can do that. That's great because all it does is help everybody else. It helps out boxing, it helps out the UFC, it helps out everything because he's getting eyes back on combat sports. It's just a little irritating knowing that, like I said, I've been doing this over 20 years. I'll never see anything compared to what he made in one fight out of all of my fights combined. That's a little sour. That's a little
Yeah, I think
hard for
that's
me
the
to
thing that I
swallow.
think really kind of gets in the combat sports veterans craws is the amount of money that gets attached to him. Where a lot of these fighters, they're borrowing from Peter to pay Paul just to make it to the next fight.
See, even that shit kind of pisses me off too, because it's like the people that you're talking about, they're still making good money. they're still making great money. They're just making dumbass mistakes with their money. Okay, I bust my balls. I have a landscape company. You know, I do this, that, and the other. Then I have to go train. I have to do all this shit, and I'm still not getting dick for my. Don't get me wrong. I get paid well now. I'm not complaining about the pay I get now. I'm just saying I've been through the ringer. I've done this, that, and or the other to get to where I am, and I made like jack shit in my career. So for the ones that are complaining about the money that they're making, it's like, dude, you're still making 20, 30 grand a fight. Like, really? You're gonna complain about that? And you're also getting you're getting all these sponsors paying you, you're getting free shit. I was like, I don't want to hear that. Take a zero off it. That's what
What
then
I'll
you can
say about
complain.
Jake, right, is the only thing I give him credit for this last fight, which is why I now consider him professional for taking the actual fight. What he's done before that, some of the stuff I'll tear him apart about, like fighting the welterweights when you're fighting at
Yeah.
205 pounds.
Yep.
I'm not for that.
Like
Fighting,
for him fighting Gervonta Davis, which didn't happen, but I mean,
thank
come
God
on,
it
really?
did.
Yeah,
Thank God it didn't, because I would
right.
I'd have made fun of him till the cows came home.
Absolutely.
But the other side of it is that name another fighter that's had that caliber of talent in there with them as they were an amateur. You
Right.
can't really name any. So he's cutting his teeth to get his skill set against some of the biggest names in combat sports.
Yeah, but you can't say that because what? Okay, why? Because he fought UFC guys. They were UFC guys that he boxed. He's not boxing a boxer. This is the second boxer that he's boxed, and what happened on both times he fought a boxer? What happened? He lost 2 times. He's 0-2 against a boxer when he
Yeah,
boxes.
we're not even counting the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
That's
fight.
yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
It's all
So
right.
my bad.
I forgot about it too.
Yeah, like so Fury beat him. Fury beat him, and
But I don't. But see, here's
Joshua
the
beat him.
reason why I don't count that. I don't count either one of those ones is because they were weight classes below him. Anthony
Yeah,
Joshua was the first time he was
yeah,
fighting someone
the
either
right weight class. Yeah,
or bigger than him. He was
right.
picking on guys that are two
The
weight
little
classes
guy,
below.
or,
Even
or
when he fought Mike Perry, Mike Perry's a 170-pound fighter.
yeah, yep. I get it. I
So
absolutely
it's
get
like,
it.
all right, that's we're still what 70, 80, 90. 200, like, so you're fighting someone that you have 25 to 35 pounds of
Right.
advantage over.
Yep.
No, that's
Yep.
not a real fight.
Yep. I agree. I get it.
So
I agree.
but on the promoter side of it, he's a top level promoter.
Oh, he's doing great. Absolutely, no doubt about it. His
And the
team,
smartest
they're
thing he
killing it.
ever did was attach himself to Amanda Serrano. That's the smartest thing
Oh
he ever.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So that being said, hopefully Jake continues to fight ranked boxers in his age
Come
and
to
weight class.
BKFC. Come to BKFC. I'll
You
fight him.
don't want
I
that.
don't
He
care.
already got his jaw broken by Anthony Joshua. That thing ain't going
Yeah,
to be double broken jaw,
yeah,
double broken
exactly.
jaw.
Yeah,
So
I know.
he don't want none of
He's
that smoke from
he's
none of
done.
y'all. Don't matter.
He's done.
Don't matter if he fights Mike Perry. Nope. He don't want none of that smoke
No, I know.
because it's
No,
gloves,
he's
man.
not.
Those gloves are all the difference
They
in the
help.
world, man.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
I gotta ask. It's one of the things I always like to ask the fighters that come from other sports to bare knuckle. Isn't that the hardest thing for a lot of the boxers to deal with
So
when it's coming to the defense of things because you're so used to having the giant pillows on your hand to
yeah.
block?
So the one thing, if you listen to like some of my very first interviews, after number one, if you watch when I fought Reggie Barnett, like every punch I was throwing, I was a half step off. And the reason why you're a half step off is because like right here I should be hitting because I have a glove on. Well, I don't have a glove anymore. And see, I'm like a half inch short. That's a half step of making contact. So that's the big difference is that you don't have that glove on your hand anymore. So making that contact, you have to take a half step. You have to go a half step further. So what I do when I train, I like to train with like the old school um, bag gloves. The ones that have like no padding in them whatsoever, just a leather glove. I like to use those when I hit the heavy bag and stuff and the mitt. that difference.
I think it's probably the smartest thing you can do, just because like
That's the way I look at it. Because even everyone's like, oh well, you can use the MMA gloves. Well, that still adds padding. There's still quite a bit of padding there with an MMA glove. It's still better than a boxing glove, but there's still a lot of padding. That's why I like the old school leather gloves because there's very minimal padding.
well, way I like to wrap these ones up, Travis, is I throw the proverbial microphone over to you, man. Anyone you would like to thank, trainer and partners, teammates, shoot out your social media sites, any sponsors that you have, any parting shots for the listeners tonight, my friend. The time is yours.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this podcast. Appreciate you for having me on. I want to thank all my sponsors. We got M&M Lube and Tire near me, Lube and Oil. We got Dolan's Pub. We got Bullish Solutions. We got Kling Law. We got a whole bunch of sponsors coming up for this fight up at the Wells Fargo Xfinity Mobile. I'm excited. Jousha Oxendine, I hope you're training hard because I'm coming for you, man. We're going to get fight of night or you're getting knocked the fuck out. Knock out a night from me or fight of night. Come on, show. Thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate it.
Oh, it's definitely my pleasure, Travis. It's been, like I said, long time coming. We needed to run this back. I'm glad we got able to get on here. I will definitely see you down there because, like I said, I'll be covering the event for Bare Knuckle News. So
I
I'll
appreciate
definitely
that.
be in
Thank
contact with you. I'll tell Susan. I'll also tell Susan to try to give you a call at some point in time.
Tell Susan, yeah, no doubt. I would love that. I just also want to, real quick, I want to thank Travis Kaufman for all the work he's been doing with me. He's been, my rock. He's been helping me out with all my training. Him and his dad, Marshall, the Kaufmans were killing it. They're doing great. I want to thank everyone over at Eddie's Gym, everyone helping me out there. I'm coming for this victory, Knucklemainia. That hand raised.
Well, best of
Thanks
skill.
again, Steve.
Not a problem, my friend. Best of skill to you. Definitely. We'll see you at some point in time in the next few weeks, and do your thing, brother. Get in there safe, and I'll see you on the 7th.
My man. Thanks a lot, man.
Anytime, my friend. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, everyone. That was Travis, the Animal Thompson. Another fun interview here on the South Florida Tribune. Always great catching up with the local talent here in the tri-state area. And Travis is definitely one of the guys that doesn't get enough media, at least in my opinion. Appreciate everyone for tuning in the chat. Appreciate Travis, and make sure you guys are locked in. Like I told you, we just hit 1 million views last month on the YouTube channel. We're getting closer to 2K subscribers. Got another big giveaway planned. We're going to do something after the 2K attached to our listener hours so we can get the monetization going for South Florida Tribune. But other than that, another fun one here. We'll catch you guys on the rebound, and I will be back Monday afternoon for the JNS Philly Sports Stop. Catch you later, my folks. Peace out.